So you got yourself a cello and you're ready to start playing, but then you see this long black piece of ebony fingerboard and you are now intimidated because where are the frets? There are no frets. And how on earth are you going to learn to do that without having any sort of guidance? Well, today you can use wonderful pieces of modern technology. So first off, let's get our gear together. And these right here are very thin tapes that you can buy online really cheaply, and I suggest multicolored tapes for this right here. Wonderful thing. You're going to use two colors. For the sake of this video, we're going to use red and blue. Get yourself a pair of scissors available. And also, if you so like, you should get a soft piece of Velcro available as well. A pencil and your tuner, a chromatic tuner. So we're going to be using the tuner that we're developing here in the studio to make sure that we're properly in tune. Now, when you do your tuning on your cello, make sure that the tuning is as good as it can get. So you want to get that right in the zebra. Good and good. There you go. So that's the cello that's in tune. As you noticed, I used the bow for this because it produces a more consistent tone. Now you're going to take your pencil and you're going to mark the different places. And how you do that, I highly suggest using the fingernail to mark the exact spot. So I'm going to play and look at my chromatic tuner and find the exact spot. There it is. So we're going to take our pencil and mark the pencil marking right there. This is an ebony board and you can easily erase these pencil markings. And do that for the D, the C sharp, a little bit lower, the C natural, here comes C natural. You can use a D string as well. And the reason I suggest the nail because you want to put consistent pressure, and the finger is a fleshy part of your body, but your fingernail is hard, so produces a more accurate point. And there we have it. There is B. And then up here, you want to mark the E. So you play until you find exactly the E natural, and then you mark that spot. Now that we have our spots marked, we can now mark it with our tapes. So my suggestion is to use the color that you like the best. I really like red, so that's going to be my primary color. I'm going to use that in most of the spots. And blue will be the other places that are quite important. So I'm going to mark the red first, and then I'll mark the blue. Now you don't want to leave too much excess on the back of the neck because there is one tape that's going to wrap around your whole neck. So we're going to get these up here. And as you see, these are thin tapes. You don't want a thick electric tape. You really want nothing more than 3 or 4 millimeters or 1/8 of an inch in thickness. So there we go. We got on the D string, the E, F sharp, G, or on the A string, the B, C sharp, and D. The next color we use, we're going to put in 2 very important places. In the beginning of 4th position, make sure it's nice and straight, and here over the 2nd tape, the C natural on the A or the F on the D. Now you want to leave a lot of excess because you're going to wrap the whole tape around, make sure it's nice and straight, and you're going to wrap it around the whole entire neck, back to front, come up to the side, snip it, and then take this and wrap around again. You want to double layer that part right there. Nice and accurate and straight, and snip that out. Make sure everything is smooth as you can. And the reason why this tape here is all the way around is because your 2nd finger and your thumb in your position will always be aligned. That's help spacing. We put tapes on our cello to train not the placement of the fingers, but the spaces in between the fingers. And that's what we're learning right now. So I'm going to turn the cello to the side here and show you what it looks like from the side. As you see, there's one tape wrapped fully around. There we go right here. And that's your tape. Now this one here, for some of the beginners, you want an added piece of confidence, and this is where your Velcro piece comes into play. So snip yourself off some. I suggest the soft side because the rough side of Velcro can be, well, it can be sticky. And put this on the back over that spot. Now this will help you remember the 1st position in addition to this piece, because this piece of tape here is raised so you can feel it. But this additional piece of soft Velcro gives you a pad that you can rest your thumb on. And there you have the beginning of it. So I'm just going to trim this up and make sure it's nice and clean, because you don't want the fingers confused with the other parts of it. And voila, you have your tapes right in place. And that's the beginning, the very first step of learning your cello. Now we know we have the 1st position. The next video, we're going to talk about how to set the fingers on this and the explanation of the places of all these fingers.